My liege, how may I be of service to you? Of course, I am here to serve you as your servant. Well, I hope this day finds you in good spirits, as always. It is always an honor to assist you in planning the annual grand banquet for all the most esteemed officials from across the land. It is truly an enormous task, and you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, so I am here to take some of that weight off of you. It is the least that I can do. You are much loved by your subjects, and I know that you hate doing anything that diverts your attention away from them. But I assure you that it is in your subjects' best interests to meet with the lords and ladies of the land so that everything can work seamlessly throughout your kingdom. I have planned quite literally hundreds of these banquets, so have no fear. We shall tackle it with ease. So, without further ado, let's hop right into the planning, shall we? To begin, we have the Golden Harvest Salad, an ethereal masterpiece crafted from tender greens plucked from the royal gardens themselves. Delicately arranged amidst the greens are succulent jewels of pomegranate and sapphire-hued blueberries, a tribute to nature's bountiful treasures in your kingdom. Among them we shall sit simmering pearls of goat cheese, mingling gracefully with toasted walnuts, providing a bit of crunch to the salad, just what salads need, I think, personally. As we venture further into this grand feast, our senses shall be enraptured by the nectarine soup, a delightful name, I know. I do enjoy a bit of alliteration, to be fair. It'll be very fun for the herald to announce, to be sure. Born of sun-ripened nectarines, lovingly caressed by the honeyed touch of the beautiful bees in your kingdom, it weaves an enchanting tapestry of sweet and tangy notes, soothing the spirit like a gentle zephyr on a balmy eve. It will be crowned with a garnish of crystallized rose petals, bearing the essence of the season's first blush, a nod to romance and renewal, which sits so deep in your kingdom's consciousness. Our primary focus of the banquet is going to create an evening of elegance that befits the grandeur of your reign. Shall we begin by discussing the culinary delights we plan to offer your honored guests? Very good. I have curated a menu that tantalizes the taste buds and showcases the finest delicacies of your realm. All in all, the banquet will be a 3-course meal. A light meal to begin, a heavy second course, and a third course entirely consisting of desserts. For the first course, we have succulent roasted pheasant, savory herb stuffed quail, and butter poached lobster. The pheasant and quail are taken straight from your lands, so they will be fresh, and the lobster is being brought up the river today, all recently caught in the sea. They are being kept alive in saltwater containers until the feast day to ensure the absolute highest degree of freshness, which is obviously at the very top of our priority list. For our vegetarian guests in the first course, I have arranged an assortment of seasonal vegetables and a creamy wild mushroom risotto. I personally do not enjoy the delicacy of mushrooms, but I have been assured by our most senior kitchen staff that they are of the highest quality and valued by many in the kingdom. However, I will note that the only 2 vegetarian officials which we will be serving at the feast are Duke Percival of Goldenshore and Duchess Lysandra of Rosewood, both of whom I must say, are not of the greatest importance and did not support your ascension to the throne. So, while I do think it is very kind of you to consider their needs and to accommodate their unique desires, I do not think that we should by any means stress their requests. Yes, I understand that we seek to build allies with all those under your rule. I merely thought I'd point out the fact. Very good, very good. Now, for the second course. The first course was really just a warm-up, if you know what I mean. A precursor, in a sense. The real feast begins with the second course. So here's what I have planned. I've discussed it with all of the kitchen staff, and they all think it's brilliant. Every single one of them think it's absolutely brilliant. I promise you, our palates shall be enticed by a symphony of flavors and the wonder of our chef's artistry. Next, we unveil the main course of the main course. The roasted serenade of herbed lamb from the lush pastures of the duchy. A tender lamb emerges, robed in a cloak of aromatic herbs, kissed by the flames of the hearth, until the flesh tenderly yields to the touch. I assure you, this lamb will be very moist, beautifully done, not overcooked, not undercooked, just right. And it will be accompanied by a regal cavalcade of roasted root vegetables, carrots, parsnips, their flavors harmonizing like courtiers in a refined dance of subtlety and depth. I know, sounds both dramatic and quite wonderful, to be fair. And last but never least, we embrace the ambrosial elixir of lavender-infused mead. From the heart of the kingdom's hives and the meadows of lavender, this liquid gold is poured with reverence. Its fragrance dances upon our lips, an elixir of blissful respite. I assure you, it will unite our company in joyful merriment. For what feast is complete without the touch of ambrosia? I know, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. I'll have the kitchen prepare some tasters for you tonight to satisfy your longings. Very good. But we're not done yet. We have one final course to go. While the pinnacle of the banquet was, without a doubt, the second course, we shall round the night off with some of the finest desserts our land has to offer. Obviously, you cannot have a trilogy without the third part, even if the second part is the sweetest and fullest. Yes, we commence this delectable voyage into the land of sweets with the symphony of honeyed fig and almond tart. Behold the alchemy as figs kissed by the sun unite with luscious almonds in a tender embrace. Nestled upon a bed of fluted pastry, it forms a harmonic interplay of textures and flavors, as if the heavens themselves joined in jubilant harmony. We will also have velvet truffle mousse of raspberry and dark chocolate. I have personally tried this dessert before, and I can assure you it is heavenly. A sensory symphony, deep, rich cacao notes entwines with a seductive allure of raspberries, dancing upon the tongue like a nocturnal waltz. Each spoonful reveals a beautiful smoothness, the result of masterful craftsmanship and devotion to the culinary arts. The flavors, they mix so beautifully well. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to this. It has been too long since I last had this specific dessert. Now, moving on, that is not all. Next we succumb to the allure of the petals of rose and pistachio delight. Delicately crafted marzipan petals encircle a heart of soft rose-scented cream, a tribute to love's bloom, as the pistachio, sings a note of nutty opulence. A touch of edible gold leaf adorns each petal, rendering them gilded tokens of admiration. And that is that. What do you think? Lovely, isn't it? I do hope our guests are impressed. I know. Rather unfortunate. It's not nearly as impressive as the 7 courses that old Humphrey had in Laurentia, but we are a smaller kingdom. These things are quite expensive to put on, you know. We have had to pull resources from far and wide. And that's not even the most expensive bit. We're pulling out the best wine for this. Yes, out of the deep cellars, I know. That'll cost you a pretty penny to restock. Even so, I think the banquet should be a smashing success. I'll deal with the things such as entertainment and decorations, though I'll be sure to run everything past you. Including decorations, all that stuff, because I know you like everything to be to your particular taste. Yes, I learned my lesson last time. The orange and the pink banners were a bit much, I will admit. Yes, even I'll admit that. Additionally, we could complement those main courses with a variety of delectable appetizers, refreshing salads, and an assortment of artisanal bread freshly baked from the royal kitchens. Yes, very well. I mean, I've given you the general structure of the meal, but I'm sure that we can fill in any gaps with, yes, all the different appetizers that we can offer. Do you want to hear about the details of the entertainment and such? If you so desire, it is my pleasure to tell you. So, to further elevate the banquet, we have a range of entertainment options. For the evening, we can engage the renowned chamber orchestra, whose melodies will serenade our distinguished guests, or we could feature a mesmerizing display of graceful dancers who will enchant the audience with their talent and elegance. What do you think? Those are our 2 main options that I was able to look into. You like the dancers? No, you like the orchestra. You know, I quite agree. There's something terribly refined about an orchestra. What if we did the orchestra and the dancers? It'd be rather expensive, but if they could work in coordination, that could be truly spectacular. No, I really like that. It's quite brilliant, really. Okay, we'll look into that, see how much it really will cost. Last, we must consider the seating arrangements. It is vital to ensure that our guests are seated strategically, fostering harmonious conversations and enhancing diplomatic relations. Now, I would suggest that Duke Percival of Goldenshaw and Duchess Lysandra of Rosewood go to the very end of the table, giving you history with them. Couldn't agree more. Anything else? Your Majesty, I am here to assist you in making this banquet a resounding success. Every decision and consideration shall reflect your esteemed wisdom and grace, and so I might advise against His Excellency the Admiral of the North Fleet sitting next to the Admiral of the Southern Fleet, as they have had a bit of a falling out recently. It might appear that you are attempting to stir up controversy between them. You want them to talk. If that is what you believe to be the wisest course of action, I shall see that it is done. Very well. You are the Majesty of this land. One last detail. I thought that as a special touch, we could engage talented calligraphers to craft personalized place cards for each guest, adding an extra touch of sophistication and attention to the details in the feast, you know. Lovely. I shall see that it is done at once. Your Majesty, your wisdom and discerning eye, I'm confident, will guide this banquet to be an unforgettable event, a testament to your regal status and benevolence. The meticulous planning and attention to detail will create an evening of opulence and splendor, befitting the highest ruler of our land, being you. I flatter you not, your Majesty. No one could ever flatter you. Well, thank you for letting me assist you. Good night.